Hey everyone, Jack here, Talk Norwich City. Hope you guys are all doing very well indeed. Back once again for a match preview, and this time Norwich City still looking for their first Premier League win, travel to Turf Moor to take on Burnley. As always, a massive thank you goes to OneFootball for sponsoring our match preview and match review content this season. It's the best footballing app. It's completely free. You can download it using the link in the description. All of your latest previews, news, stats, analysis, everything you need for football is on there. It's free. If you don't like it, delete it, but you'll love it. I can promise you. 33% of people think that Norwich City will win this weekend, according to OneFootball. That's taken from just shy of 7,000 votes, so a relatively decent sample size there, and slightly more confidence for Norwich City this weekend. Arguably, it's because we're also going up against the team who are yet to win in the Premier League this season. There are 5 teams still awaiting their first win in the Premier League, Norwich City being one of them. Burnley are another one of them teams. I think Burnley's start has been better than Norwich City, both points and performances. Burnley have got 2 points on the board. I think they've been unfortunate in a couple of their games. Norwich City, arguably, other than Leicester, haven't really been unlucky, and I use unlucky in very loose quotation marks. I thought the performance was better slightly against Everton. I think there was a half an hour patch where we can maybe be relatively proud of how we fought in that game, but still we looked so far off the pace, and that will be the concern for Daniel Farke. There are no excuses left anymore. The tough games are out of the way excuse is done. The not quite sure what our formations excuse is done. We didn't have a pre-season excuse is done. We can't blame injuries. We've got nothing left to blame. We are needing to see improved performances that translate into results, and we need to see them quickly. This is a huge game. If Watford was a big game, then this is even bigger, because if we were to lose to Burnley, that gap between us and the pack we're chasing seems to grow ever more. If we beat Burnley, on the other hand, the whole complexion of the season suddenly looks different. We'd leapfrog Burnley, we'd go above them, we'd be amongst a pack of teams who have also had poor starts to the season. So this really does feel, despite only being 7 games into the season, make or break for Norwich City. We have piled this pressure on ourselves with our poor performances and poor results, and I think at this stage Daniel Farke would literally take anything, and I know that he's very, very proud of the way that he likes to play his football, with his team. You're almost willing to scrap that just to find short-term results at this stage, because Daniel will know that his job is on the line at some point. That there's only so many Premier League games you can lose before serious questions start to be asked. And some of the players will know that, if they want to continue playing Premier League football, their performances need to improve and need to improve quickly. The new signings have had time to bed in. I think Matthias Norman on the whole has been probably the standout signing. I don't think we've seen enough from Josh Sargent. We haven't seen enough from Ozan Kabak. Christos Jolis has left probably a slightly bitter taste in the mouth of Daniel Farke after the Liverpool performance. So all of these players who we've spent considerable amounts of money on either wages or transfer fees are yet to prove themselves, and that will be a worry. But there's still time for that to improve. What we don't have time for is results. We need them quickly. Burnley will also be fearful of this game. This could be a potential banana skin for them. They desperately need wins. It always seems like Burnley are the team that you're saying every season, well, they're probably going to be going down, and they seem to find a way to get through it. And that's what Norwich don't have. I think there's similarities to pull between Burnley and Norwich in terms of the financial power, the stature of the club, where we sit, but Burnley find a way season upon season to solidify their place in the Premier League. Stuart Webber said it himself that he wants Norwich City to be more like Burnley. I think it was it last season or the season before, when Burnley went, I think it was the first 7 games of the season without a win and went on to survive. That was the example Stuart Webber gave in his pre-season chat. And he said, if Norwich City want to survive, we will be behind in games for large periods. We will have large periods where we don't have the ball, but we need to find ways through that. And that feels like the thing that we don't have at the moment. And that feels like the thing that Daniel Farke is lacking. We spoke to Liam, who's a Burnley fan, on the channel earlier in the week. Well worth a watch, that video. And he put so much of Burnley's success down to that of Sean Dyche. And I think Sean Dyche just has that little something that can pull players through, can create that us against them mentality. It still feels like Norwich City have been too nice to opposition teams this season, and that has been the downfall so often. I'm not sure what team we play. We've tinkered with the formations. For me, I'd love to see that 4-2-3-1 back. It will be interesting to see what happens with the midfield. Billy Gilmore is apparently going to be injured this weekend, so I suspect it will be Norman and maybe McLean. McLean slightly more advanced, Norman slightly deeper. That's what I'd like to see. Cantwell's also out, so maybe we won't see the three in behind the striker this weekend, but I still think that that formation has legs in it. We've seen success with that under Daniel Farke before. So I'm nervous for this one because this really does feel like a big game. Watford felt big. This feels huge in terms of the way that Norwich City season will go. I'm really intrigued to see what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Who would you play? Who would you drop? And what have you made of the new signings so far? Because I haven't seen too much criticism as of yet, and that's probably a good thing. But I'm still wanting to see a little bit more from them. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.